inviting me.
I want to know a little bit about you and, who you are and your sports and everything. And your story. How did you end up from Bulgaria to Turkey? That's awesome.
So I was born in Bulgaria in 1991, and I started swimming when I was 6 years old. I started swimming because I was terrified of the water. I was absolutely so scared you wouldn't believe. It's not just the sea, but like even as a young girl, little girl going to the shower, I would cry. And then on the other hand, my mom used to be an ex-swimmer and my father used to play handball for the national team of Bulgaria. So when I was 5, 6 years old, I said to them, I want to train. So my mom said, swimming. I was like, no, please. She's like, no, you have to learn, you have to overcome your fear. And that's how swimming became my entire life ever since then.
With the training and everything, how is your nutrition a factor into the training?
So at the beginning of my career, when I was in Bulgaria, I had no idea about nutrition. I didn't know anything. I was eating whatever my grandmother is cooking. And you can imagine that will always be grandmother's cooking, always very oily, very fatty, very delicious, When I came over to London for the first time, I had a nutritionist in the club. It was one of the parents of a teammate of mine, and she spent years and years educating us what we are supposed to eat, how we are supposed to do it, not to undersize or oversize our portions. And for the first time then, I really learned what it's right eating.
Yeah, amazing. And so how did you hear about Lumen, in your nutritional journey?
So I was on my Instagram, as many other people have spent their time recently, especially. And I saw a very good friend of mine. It was on his Instagram story, and he was explaining that he just received the machine and he's been trying it on and what it does. And I was like, oh my God, I want to have it. It kind of really helps. It helps especially now when I don't do so much exercise, I don't swim. Having the machine, it really helps me keep the mind on the right direction.
And have you been using it before and after your workouts at home?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And what have you seen like a impact or a difference?
Yes, definitely. So if I, for instance, start a workout on a 3, which is burning both carbs and fat, I would finish it on a 1, which is burning only fat, which I guess it's a progress.
Have you altered or changed your post-workout meals since using Lumen in the last 2 weeks, or not so much?
So I definitely, in terms of the carb intake, I definitely have changed. I love the fact that Lumen kind of advises you of how many carb portions you should take per day, which is very good because sometimes I never ever have thought of how much carbs I eat, because I knew the next day I go in the pool and I use all that energy. So once I start using Lumen, I realized, oh, okay, some of the fruits, I've changed my menu, definitely. And at night, I tend to eat either just meat, so a pure protein, or fish. And the last few nights, we've been constantly eating fish and sea products. So I feel much better.
That's awesome. So are you cooking right now more, or are you ordering out?
Last week, I decided I'm going to work on my cooking skills and try to improve them, because, when I'm in the middle of my training regime, it's very difficult. I finish training quite late at night, so it is very difficult for me to come back home to start preparing and cooking. So I always relied on my amazing parents, who would always prepare my dinner at night. And along with my journey, they actually learned what they should eat and what I should eat also. So it's very good that I've educated them as well.
That's awesome.
But for the last week, I've been trying to cook for both lunch and dinner and not be so naughty to order stuff online.
Okay. And what is your go-to quarantine workout?
So at the moment, we are waiting for a bike to arrive. It's been 4 weeks now, which hopefully will bring me a lot of cardio, and it'll a little bit ease out the mental work I'm putting into my workouts, because I'm trying to do a lot of fast type of HIIT sessions, but with exercises that are related to swimming. So all the things about technique that I can do out of the water.
And you're training for the Olympics, right?
Absolutely, yes. And I was supposed to be there this summer.
Okay.
Like many other friends of mine and many other athletes in the world, we were supposed to be there this summer. I can tell you, I was very, very happy when I heard that they finally decided to move it to 2021. It was the right decision for many of us.
Do you think, I mean, it's a year away, and you can't predict the future, and you've already been to 2 Olympics, like you said. Do you think that having this extra year, do you think you'll be able to go in stronger?
I wake up every morning with the thought in my mind that I have to be strong every day. And hopefully, I mean, a month ago, I was at the top of my game. I was ready to swim really fast. And funny enough, today I was supposed to fly to Turkey for a competition, which we were targeting for me to qualify for the Olympics. Not being there and being at home makes it a little bit hard, but I am keeping positive. I went through a stage which I actually wrote a blog about it, how I felt for the last 4 weeks, which is on my website. And I went through a few stages where I was sad, I wasn't sure, I was doubting myself. But then I realized once they actually said that the Olympics have moved, I calmed down and I realized I just have another extra 12 months, which I can put up the hard work, and I can make sure I am even better than what I was a month ago. As long as I keep healthy, as long as I'm injury-free, and I still enjoy swimming and the training, which is the most important thing, what could stop me?
I think that is such a good outlook. I love the positivity. So do you have any advice for people who might be struggling in quarantine, just in general?
So this period of time in which we are at home, I believe is a special time that will never, ever happen again. We should try to use it. We should try to improve ourselves. We should try to do something new, because in a day-to-day life, which many of us used to do, okay, I used to wake up and go to training. Other people used to get up and go to work, then come back home, have 1 or 2 hours at home, spend it with the loved ones or by themselves. And it was on and on for years and years. The time just flies. Now you have time to actually sit down and not have to rush to go out of the house or have to rush to do things. And you have that time all to yourself. So I said to myself, I have to find one thing, at least one thing, that I have to improve during that quarantine time. And what I'm doing is the cooking. I'm trying to improve my skills. You have to find perhaps new hobbies. Perhaps you should try to find yourself. Not many of us know what we like or what we don't like, or is there some other things out there in the world that we would like to actually learn. So I'm trying to do a little bit of reading. I'm trying to write a little bit more. I used to have a period of time last year where I was writing my blogs, and I stopped because I was just too busy. So now I'm coming back to it, trying to find new topics that I can share with the world. And I am trying to keep physically and mentally fit. But also, it's very important that in this period of time, we try to find what actually really makes us happy.
I agree, totally. And so my other question is, for anyone who's thinking of trying Lumen, what advice would you give them?
Definitely, they have to. I don't know how you guys came up to the idea of creating it, because it's simply amazing. It just helps. It helps you, so it helps me. I'm sure it helps everybody else who tried it. It is just like a little helper next to you who tells you, okay, this is good, this is not good, you can do this or you can do that, in a very healthy way, which is absolutely, definitely, 100% I recommend it.
I mean, I've loved talking with you. It's amazing. And your story is so awesome. Like, such an inspiring story, and I love the outlook as well. Do you have anything else that you want to share with us about Lumen? I mean, in terms of how, like, with your sports or being in quarantine, or?
Well, I would love to continue using it, and I would love to actually try, when I go back to swimming, to try and see what the readings will be before and after swimming. That would be quite interesting for me, because I haven't had really the chance to do it. I received the Lumen after at the beginning of the quarantine, after I stopped training properly. So I would love to see what the difference would be.
Awesome. And you're enjoying it now. So for now.
Absolutely. I'll continue using it for a very long time.
Well, that's exciting.
And I think size-wise and everything, it's super compatible with the little pockets that we have. For traveling, will be easy to just go around and have it everywhere.